It's recording. Oh, how's it going? Okay. All right. So, the purpose of this interview is I'm going to talk to you about collaboration. That's within a school setting, with your teams, parents, other colleagues, with that. So, tell me about your experience in working with collaboration teams. Like, specifically, like what strategies did you use to ensure that everyone contributed effectively and that the team achieved its goals?
So my experience with collaborations, we are doing a great job, especially with grade levels, including the SPED team and the collaborations. Kindergarten is wonderful about including me in that. And when we would collaborate, we sit down as a team. We each have our own parts that we contribute to, and give you time to each person to give their time to communicate what their plan is and what they feel is effective. I feel like in teaching, that's all you do. You collaborate with teams, you collaborate with parents, you collaborate with the kids. That's all very important and part of teaching.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What skills do you think are important for collaborating, and how do you demonstrate them in your room? Kind of tight.
Yeah. So listening,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, and compassion.
Great. What are your preferred methods for communicating with your colleagues and your students?
So when it comes to the parent part, Class Dojo is wonderful. I use that all the time. Parents, let's be honest, we're all on our phones these days. So Class Dojo is wonderful. I think it's so cool because you can communicate so much with them. I mean, it can be so quick without them having to use your phone number.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. And what was the other part of the question?
Communicating with your
Oh,
colleagues.
okay. We do a lot of things, like we're colleagues, and we'll text. We will come to each other with open understanding and open communication, which I think is great, and we flow, and I think that's super important, that you trust each other too, and which we all do.
Great. Okay. How do you feel about working as a team?
I love it. I mean, my pair and I have been together for 13 years, and sometimes I'm like, I don't think I could do a regular education classroom, because I love having another adult in the room to collaborate with us, because she's got great ideas. I love it. I couldn't work by myself.
Okay. What are some approaches you take when collaborating with others? I know you've already kind of discussed that.
Yeah, definitely that's the communicating, approaching them, coming up with ideas with them. I mean, the biggest thing is being open and understanding, and as long as you have that and have that respect, I think people will collaborate with you anytime.
Okay. A couple more questions. Can you describe a time when you've solved a disagreement with a teammate, and what did you do if there was any type of disagreement?
Yeah. I've had quite a few. I mean, I've been doing this for 13 years. You come across it and you're going to have it happen. And I think that's part of life. And, when I've had disagreements, I've come to them. I've tried to be honest with them, because sometimes I bottle things up, and I've learned you can't do that. And you need to go with them, straight to them, and be honest with them. And a lot of times they'll understand, and it becomes a lot easier to handle rather than going in circles around to other people instead of going to the source.
Okay, all right. And I know you already mentioned this about how you collaborate with parents, Class Dojo, and everything.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Well, I think you appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks.
Bye.